Get rolling. Well, thank you, everyone. Good morning. It's August 1st, 2020, and I want to congratulate all of you on a wonderful July. I'm Betsey Bishop, Senior Executive Director with Touchstone Crystal. We have Jaclyn Strominger, Senior Director, Terri O'Neill, Senior Executive Director, and we are really excited for what you've accomplished already and what's ahead of us for August. So we're going to share with you as succinctly as possible, but with your participation. Those two things don't always go hand in hand. All the things that are in store for August, as well as some basic key components that we think will help propel your business forward. Sometimes it just takes one little thing to unlock a whole lot of forward motion, and we're hoping that you'll get to hear something today that does that for you. I want to give you a couple of quick statistics that are really fun and having to do with what happened last month. So I want to say a congratulations to our tops in sales with all of our organizations combined. I'm going to divide it out as leaders and there we go, as leaders and non-leaders. Let me start with the consultants first.
Betsey,
Rebecca Grieve.
Hey,
can y'all hear me okay?
Real quick. Is it locked out at 100 people?
Mm-mm.
Okay, that's what I thought. A couple of people are having trouble getting on.
People are saying they can't get on because there's too many people.
Interesting. I paid for the thing that says 500, so hold on just a quick second. Terri, I'll tell you what, if y'all can pause 1 minute. Terri, I'll tell you what, why don't you and Jaclyn move forward, and I'm going to see if I can solve that real quick while you're doing that. And we'll go back and do recognition at the end, okay?
Okay. Jaclyn, you want to start with ice bracelets?
Yeah, let me start.
And Terri, you can share, and so.
Okay. You want me to share, Jaclyn, or do you want to?
I can share my screen because I will share how to actually pull off the ice bracelet. So just give me 1 second. And I want to just put up a couple of fun things. Okay, so I'm going to share my entire screen here, and so you guys can see. So if you guys have not already seen this, who is excited for August because of this? I'm going to look, a huge sale. The first ever ice bracelet sale. I mean, seriously, this has got to be like the best thing known to sliced bread. So this is our, obviously the customer special for this month. There's two. There's the same one that we've had actually for the last few months, which is the spend $100 and get 50% off the next piece of jewelry. So I made this quick little little snippet, which I will share with people. But this is what this customer special is like. If you're just doing the math, this is why this is so awesome. People can actually buy 2 ice bracelets and get it's like getting the third for free. So when you buy 2 ice bracelets at $60, the third one has to be at the full price because you're getting it at 50% off, but it's at $44.50. You guys just make sure everybody understands that. So 2 at $60, 1 at $44.50. You're doing the math. So it's a total of $164.50. Obviously, I'm not including sales tax and shipping in here. But the regular price is $267 to do that. So this is a huge savings. I mean, the wrap bracelets were absolutely amazing when we had them. So this is an ice bracelet, as I call them, the jelly bean bracelet, because you can't just have one like a jelly bean. And no matter how you mix and match them together, they're just awesome. So this is a huge deal. So I want to show everybody, and I'm going to pull up my computer here on my screen. Can you guys, if you can, oh my God, now I get to see everything on my computer. I'm going to just make this really big. Can you guys, if you can't see my computer screen, just put it in the chat if you can.
We can.
Okay.
Yep.
So one of the biggest ways to figure out, this is actually with ice bracelets, there's a couple of different things I wanted to share about how you can actually use this with past customers to actually have a list of people to reach out to. This is, so there's a couple of key things that you can do. So if you click on in your back office in Glam Central, and you go into marketing and management, and you click on contacts, and you click on all contacts, it's going to pull up. And you over here on the right hand side, there's an advanced search. So if I click on advanced search, I can type in an item or a name. So if I type in ice, and why I like to use ice is because if they've bought a pair of ice earrings or ice necklace, why not get a matching ice bracelet to go with it? So and you can do dates if you want to, or I can just hit search. And it's going to load, and it's going to give me, I've got 5 pages of contacts. Now, to scroll through this, if you want to have something handy with you to go versus just looking at your computer screen, what I love to do is I click on left, right next to the name, and it's going to select everybody. You can do a couple things. You can send right here, you could do in this drop down, it says send email to selected contacts. You could print labels, or I can export or print a list of these selected contacts. So if I go to print selected list, and I'm just going to hit go, it's going to ask me to do name and contact information, or name in full, name, email. I'm just going to go name, address, and the email address, and I'm just going to generate a list. And it's going to wait a minute. And voila, I now have a list of people that I can just reach out to. This is actually 23 pages of information of people that have purchased something having to do with the ice collection. So for those of you that are looking for something also just as a way to, if you're not a paper person and you want to do something electronic, let me just show, you can actually also go back, and instead of sending an email to, instead of doing a print, you can export that whole list. And I'm just going to hit go. I select the whole thing. So when you hit export, it's going to actually bring it to an Excel file. It can download it. So actually, if you can actually use that, I'm not going to download the whole thing, but you can actually use that as well electronically. So if you wanted to use it as your tracking purpose for when you've reached out to people, it's also another great tool to be able to have it. So you can either have it print or electronic, or you can do it both ways. So you can have it on the go and at your fingertips. So who's excited for this, right? Yay! Okay. So, all right, so customer specials, what am I doing next? Wait a minute, I need my script.
Are you doing customer specials, or do we want to talk about double host credit?
Oh, let's double host, yes. We should talk about double host. So, obviously the customer specials, there are amazing memes already created for us in Social Hub. If you haven't seen them already, I know it's a little bit early for everybody, so if you haven't checked them out, they're awesome. So the next special actually that we are having is double host dollars. And I don't think, so I printed this, I have this one here to show. So this is the double host flyer. It's host and guest special. And so when you have a $600 party, obviously we can get double host rewards. This is also quintessentially one of the best times to have your own party in this month. So, and I'm going to share a couple things. When you have your own party, when you think about it this way, one of the best things I love when we do our own self-hosted party is that we actually have a reason to actually pick up the phone to call people. So I can pick up the phone and be like, hey, Terri, I'm having a girls, virtual party, and I need to be drinking with you because you're so much fun. Can you hop on Tuesday night and drink with me? And I get to share some sparkle. What do you say?
I'm in.
You're in. Woo. Now, if I call Betsey and I'm like, hey, Betsey, can you join me on Tuesday night for, little wine, little sip, sparkle. We've got this crazy special this month. Could you join?
Yes.
No, you can't.
No.
No, you can't. No, you can't join.
No.
Oh, Betsey, I'm so bummed you can't join today. But you know what? We have this amazing host special, and it is double the free bling. And I know you love our jewelry. Would you consider getting some group of people together for yourself? And I'll obviously come with you because I'm going to help you get some more sparkle. What do you think? Girls' night on Zoom, or we can do it, if you want to be social distancing, we can do a tailgate party, you name it, but fun. What do you think?
Sure.
Oh, yay. Okay, I'm going to send you some dates. So this is why, so no role playing, but now this is why I love having a self-hosted party, because it gives us a reason to call. So when we're calling people, we can ask them if they can join our party, and if they can't, then we can give them options. Have a party yourself and get the free jewelry, or maybe you want to take advantage of this crazy ice bracelet bonanza. So that is one reason why we love it. And the other thing is obviously all the jewelry that you're going to be able to get for free. So if you think about all this jewelry, when you have a $600 party, you're going to be getting, imagine the jewelry you could choose with $1,000 party. This is actually one of the things that I actually have been talking to all of my hostesses when I'm talking to them about their party in general, is I share the share and paint the picture for $1,000 party and what that will bring them. It is amazing when the hostess knows $1,000 party, what they're going to get. A lot of, if you've got a great hostess and you can partner with her, they're going to work to get that $1,000 party. And $1,000 party is $600 in jewelry this month. Everybody's going to want that. It's pretty cool. Okay. Self-hosting a party. Here's another just quick tip on what you can also do for parties this month. If you're looking at people to reach out to, birthday blings. So are we all on Facebook? Maybe, unfortunately, right? So, or not, I don't know. And actually, well, there's a few other places you can find birthdays. But here's a fun thing. If you go right now, one of the an action thing to do today and tomorrow is you can go into Facebook and look at birthdays and look at all the people that are having birthdays in the month. And you can actually reach out to people. Maybe you even want to put on, do a little Snapchat, or find your own birthday hat and put on a birthday hat and do a little video and say to people, hey, it is your birthday month. Let me help you have an amazing birthday bling bash. It is a great time to reach out to people for birthdays, because everybody's going to want to get this double ice bracelet special. So if they're not going to host, they get to give themselves a great birthday gift.
I love the birthday bling bash idea. I did one a little while ago for a gal who is now a consultant, Sherry, and it was and the way that we worked it was that her friends got on and sang happy birthday to her, sort of did a little fun toast. I mean, it was the sweetest thing, and they talked about kind of how they knew her, and she saw people that she hadn't seen in a really long time. It was really wonderful. So I think the key is to focus on the fact that maybe you haven't seen your girlfriends from all around the country in quite a while. Wouldn't it be fun to gather them together and they can all sing to you? And then they can all shop and we can have some fun together. So I think
right. If you don't want them to sing, they can all send you a little meme.
Yeah. And it's like a little heartstrings kind of a thing. It's very fun. Yeah.
Yeah. No, actually, that's actually one of the things I really love, because it does get you to, when you ask people, once they're invited into the birthday bling bash, you can actually go in and have them message something about the hostess, or share one of your favorite pictures with the hostess. And it's really great when you get that interaction going, particularly on Facebook, and how heartwarming that is when you start seeing the pictures of people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really, really cool.
Very good. So I'm going to dive in and share. Jaclyn, did we cover all that? I think we did.
Did I cover everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So thank you so much. So what I want to do, Jaclyn, you can stop sharing your screen probably.
I'm like, I'm going to go do that.
Just a thought. Thank you. A couple of things. So the first thing I wanted to share with you is that some of you have noticed that we can't get past 100 people. I actually do have a Zoom plan for 500 people, but Zoom is not paying attention to that today. So I apologize to you and all of your friends and your team members who are trying to hop on, but we are recording it. So we're going to do the best we can in the situation. So what I want to share with you is a new acronym to help you think about who to offer parties to for over the next couple of days. And we used to use the one that's called FRANK, friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, kids, friends, parents, or kids, friends, moms kind of thing. And so that worked really well for everybody who was within a local area, right, for live in-home parties. And it just kind of was a memory jogger, that whole FRANK acronym. I came up with a new one, and the word is hello. Because, digital parties are very different. We have extra opportunities with digital parties. We can do parties anywhere in the country, and they are parties without borders because they can invite their friends from anywhere in the country. So it's a very unusual situation we find ourselves in, but we're getting really good at it. But it requires a different mindset. So I want you to think about this. The word is hello. The acronym is hello, HELLO. And the first word is, well, it's not a word, it's a phrase. It's high tech. And I wrote high tech, high touch, meaning she's got friends too, but high tech meaning she is comfortable in the digital space. And that might mean that she does have a Facebook profile, something like that.
Can you mute
And
everybody?
let me see if I can get everybody muted here.
Thanks.
There we go. And so comfortable in the digital space becomes very important because we don't want to have that as an obstacle in her brain of, oh, then I'm going to have to learn how to, and I'm going to have to learn how to, and that becomes a roadblock for her. And what we're trying to do is find the people who are not going to have any roadblocks in their brains when we suggest doing a party with us that's virtual. So somebody who's already comfortable in the digital space, somebody who is high tech, so that's your H. The second one is engaged in social media. That's a little bit different from being high tech. There are people who kind of know what they're doing, and there are others who are actually engaged in it. And the ones who are engaged in social media, they not only know how to do it, but they understand the philosophy behind it, and they have a lot of friends on social media. They are involved, they're engaged, and you're looking for the ones who know how to do groups, know how to banter on social media in a pleasant way. We're going to talk about that in a second. So that's engaged. So high tech, engaged in social media. The third one is lots of friends. So she might meet the first two requirements, but not have any friends on social media, or not have any friends in general, or not maybe she's isolated right now, which leads to a lot of hardship for her. That's not the kind of person you want to approach about doing a party, even though you may be thinking it'd be so good for her. It may not be where her headspace is right now. You're looking for the people who have a lot of friends and are engaged with their friends. The next L is, it could be somebody who loves fashion or jewelry. So ideally, it's somebody who is commenting about, are you doing a gel or a dip on your toes or your nails? Somebody who is maybe showing what she got on Rent the Runway or on Stitch Fix. Somebody who already has some of your jewelry. That's a good kind of a person to have. Or just loves jewelry in general. You know who those kind of fashionista style girls are. And then the last one is, and that one that's not exclusive. It doesn't mean that that everybody you offer to has to have that interest. But that's a clue that she could be a good candidate if she sort of meets the other suggestions. The last one is super critical. It's optimist. The O is optimistic. Cheerful. Those people who are not posting negative stuff, frustrated stuff. The ones who are posting, look how great my bruschetta turned out last night. We're having so much fun in our backyard baby pool. We're looking for the optimists, right? So think about the converse real quickly. Why would you offer to somebody who doesn't quite know how to maneuver on Facebook in the digital space, who doesn't have a lot of friends, or who is posting a lot of negative stuff, or who is just not doing well right now? This is not a rescue for them. What we're looking for is people who are going to see this as a really fun opportunity, and they're going to see the possibilities. And so you're not going to have to explain it and drag them through it. So do you get my point? Be strategic. It's so hard to get no's. I hate the word no. I hate it. I get it all the time. But we lessen the no's dramatically if we choose wisely. I know that when it's all about live local parties, we're told, invite everybody, you never know. Offer to everybody because you never know. And that is really true. But right now is different. If we're doing digital, it's just different. Even if you're doing live tailgate, sparkle tailgate parties like I've been doing, even those people are different. They are still the optimists with lots of friends, right? The ones who are really needing to shut down, really needing to cocoon right now, they aren't the ones to offer the sparkle tailgates to, because they're not in a space to do that. They're not going to ever want to put themselves at risk or anybody else. So those are some words to the wise. So HELLO. Okay, now we are kicking off a booking blitz. The booking blitz is for brand new parties starting right now that you date between now and tomorrow night at midnight. And I am going to paste a link to, whoopsie, let me move the Zoom link up here. I'm going to paste a link to something called SurveyMonkey. And for each party that you book, you're just going to fill that out. It's going to have your name. It has your hostess's name. It has the party date. And I ask you the question, is it an in-person party or is it a digital party? So I don't need to know, just, we're doing Zoom or it doesn't matter if it's just digital or just in person, only because I like statistics. I like to hear what's going on. So I'm giving you the Zoom link. There you go. I'm sorry, the SurveyMonkey link. And you'll be using that over the next 48 hours, well, until tomorrow night at midnight. So not quite, so 36 hours probably. And so we're giving away 2 Swarovski sparkle pens. We'll be doing drawings after tomorrow night at midnight, probably Monday morning, out of everybody who posts or who registers their brand new parties that you book today or tomorrow. Okay? Any questions about that? You can post them in the chat. We will be posting these links in each of your team pages also. Okay? And if we have a whole lot of parties booked, we'll give away more pens. We'll go way beyond the 2 if we need to, but because we want to make sure that we have lots of rewards. Okay, let's see, where are we? Well, let me. So I want you to think about, there are 2 ways essentially to book parties. One is like what we're doing right now and influencing as far as the booking blitz. But when we are doing a party, we can be booking parties, and sometimes super efficiently. One of the best methods for booking parties from parties right now that is having wild success beyond anything I've ever seen is called the box game. So Terri O'Neill, who is always queen of sales for our team, she's going to share with us exactly how to do the box game. She has created her own twist on it that has been incredibly successful. And I think we're all going to learn a lot from it. I know I cannot wait. So Terri, take it away. And I so appreciate you being willing to do this for us.
I am excited, and I'm excited about the pens because I love my sparkle pen.
Yes.
So I love my sparkle pens. And I just want to say too, when Betsey talked about the hello, she had talked about that on a senior director call, and it totally changed who I was reaching out to book parties, because let's be honest, we all kind of get into a space where we've got to rebuild our calendars. And I definitely felt like I was in that space in July, and I was just reaching out to everyone and anyone. And once she introduced that acronym, it totally changed who my focus was. And so reach out to the people that she talked about in that acronym, because it really changes who you're working with and who you're asking to book parties. And then the next thing I want to share is the booking game with the boxes. And I love double host credit. I think double host credit is awesome. I think it's important to explain it to our hostesses and to explain it to everyone, just like Jaclyn did, because not everybody understands what double host credit means. But here's the deal. We would much rather you have a party with okay sales and get bookings than a party with huge sales and get no bookings. If you're doing parties and you're not getting bookings, your business will die right then and there. So if I can tell you anything, work, work, work to get your bookings at your parties. And if you're not getting bookings from your parties, reach out to your leader or to one of your senior directors, because it's so huge. And it's just a little tweak that we can help you with, but maximize that time. Get your bookings at your parties. Reach out if you're not getting your bookings. All right, so I did not come up with this box game. I think it was Laura Durso that came up with this, right? Yeah. So she came up with this box game, and I was like, I'm not going to do a box game. I'm not going to do a box game on my parties. No way. Well, then I stopped getting bookings, and I was like, okay, I'll do the box game. So I did, and thank you to Maggie, who is on here. I got there she is. She's a brand new consultant. She's getting tons of bookings doing her booking games, and she told me to go get a label maker. So I got my label maker, and I labeled all my boxes. They're just little labels, 1 through 12. I do it just like Laura Durso does. So if you need to go back and watch it, it's on May 26th on the family call. That's where it's at. And we can tell you too what goes in each box. I think I have 8 book a party, and I think I call it sparkle parties. I have 3 Swarovski charms, and I have 1 grand prize. So I have 8 book a party, I have 3 charms, and I have 1 grand prize. And there's a whole method behind what boxes you put, and you can Google it too, or I can share it. So at the beginning of my demo, thank you to LaShandra for this idea, I have them text me with their full name and their birth month. So as soon as we're starting and we're kind of getting to know each other, and you've got that space where you're trying to fill it with talking back and forth, I say, guys, if you could go ahead and text me, my number's at the top of the screen with your full name and your birth month. We're going to use that. So then I do the party presentation. I actually do the booking game at the very end of my party. So I talk about everything. I talk about my why, I show the kit, and then I do the booking game at the very end. And I say an average hostess gets about $300 to $400 in free and discounted jewelry. This month it's so much more. And I actually show how much jewelry they get. And I might have my past hostess share how much she gets. So I say, so I've got this really fun game, and I tell them, I say, I just started playing this, so I'm pretty new to it, so be patient with me. So I have 12 boxes up here numbered 1 through 12. And if you decide you're going to play my game, you get the chance to pick a box, and each box has a prize. So some of them have a Swarovski charm. So if you play and you get charm, I'm going to mail it to you. There's 1 grand prize. If you play, you win a piece of jewelry, and the rest are the best because it's win a sparkle party with me, which means our hostess gets a 70% off item. You get tons of jewelry, and this is so much fun, right? So if you decide to play and you get charm, should I mail you the charm? And I do this so that they say yes, yes. And I say, oh, great. So if you play and it says you win sparkle party, what do I want you to do? And they say book a party. And I say yes, and we're going to book it tonight. As soon as everybody's done, you're just going to stay on with me and we'll pick a date. So let me go ahead and get started. So Jaclyn, would you like to pick a box or would you like to pass?
Oh, I am playing. I'm all in. I need some bling.
All right, you're going to play. What number would you like?
I would like 7.
She would like number 7. And I asked Jaclyn to go first because she was very fun. She was energetic. She was excited. So I want her to pick first. If I have somebody on there that is not showing themselves on the screen, is not saying anything, I used to go in order of my screen, but now my goal is to pick the person who's the most fun, because if someone says no right away, then it's kind of a trickle effect. So you're going to start with the person that's the most fun on the Zoom. So you said, what number did you say?
7.
7. Okay, so she picked number 7. So Jaclyn, I got to tell you though, you texted me with your birth month, right? What month? What's your birthday?
6/4.
6/4. So Jaclyn, I have a deal for you. You can either open the box and take your chances and take what's in it, or I will let you upgrade. Since your birth month is June, if you upgrade and you don't even open the box and you pick a date to book a really fun virtual sparkle party, I will give you any $100 item you want for $6. So would you like to take your chances? Or
yeah, I'm in.
You're in. So you're going to book. All right. Well, that was the easiest booking ever. So she's going to book, and I'm going to give her $100 for $6. This month, what I would do is say, Jaclyn, if you book a sparkle party without even opening it, I'm going to double your hostess rewards for $6 when you book in the month of August. So that means with a $1,000 party, you could have $300 in jewelry, or if you upgrade for $6, I'm going to give you $600 in jewelry. So that's how you're using it. So the deal is, it's $19 for double host credit. If I charge her $6, I'm going to pay $13. So then I would go to the next person and I would do the same exact thing. If you have people that pass, it's not a big deal. If everybody passes, it's not a big deal. If you have 2 parties where everybody passes, call your leader or your upline so that we can work with you and help you tweak things. But you guys, I just started doing it like this, I think last week, because the first party I did, I had 4 people on there and only 1 person played and she got prize. And I was like, oh. So I did a party right after that because I do 2 in one night. And she had more people on there. So I think she had 10 guests on there. And I switched it up at the last minute and did it just like this. 3 of them booked, 2 of them upgraded, booked right away, and the other one got book a party. So it was way more effective. I've done it twice more since then. I got 4 parties booked at my last party. Try it because it takes away that having it open and goes right to the upgrade. So it's been really effective.
I have to just say, just to double down on what Terry's saying, I was a naysayer-ish on some of these things, and I'm playing a box game, and I did a box game at one of my last parties, and I've been booking parties. I mean, so many people have taken, I do girl time, but that's fine. I say girl time. It really is a game changer, people. Like, seriously, it is, you want parties? Let's nail the game.
Yeah, it's true. And if I don't play a booking game, to be honest with you guys, I do not book parties. I don't. If I don't play a booking game, I don't book parties. Somebody on the last family call said that she actually says, if you want a prize from me or book a party, stay on for a few minutes afterwards so I can tell you how you get your prize and we can set your date. So I love that because then we're not spending time on text trying to lock everything in. So that was another tip that I got from the family calls, which, by the way, if you're not getting on the family calls, you guys, I have to be honest, if there was a month where I was totally overwhelmed, where I'm like, I cannot get on another thing. Well, guess what? My business started to dwindle and I started to feel stressed about it. Once I got on those family calls, they are amazing tips and training from women across the country. So if you're feeling stuck or you're just needing ideas, these family calls are really, truly full of really great information. So I highly recommend that you get on those. But again, the bookings are so, so key. Every goal you want to reach in your business comes from bookings. So if you're stuck, reach out to your leader, get on the training, stay connected to your team page, because we are in business for ourselves. But I love the quote where we're not by ourselves. And if you were doing this by yourself, you're going to struggle. So reach out because we have so many great tools, so many good tools.
Terri, that's amazing. I was feverishly taking notes and now I need to really practice. I think the key is practicing on your dog, practicing on your family, whatever, ahead of time, so that, it's funny. It's one thing to think of, read a script, process it in your head. It's another for it to come out of your mouth and to get comfortable with the phrasing and that kind of thing. It really changes everything. So I have a party that I'm doing Tuesday night on Zoom, and I'm determined that this is the first time I'm going to do the box game. Terri, a couple quick questions that people have posted. Do you tell them that the party has to be $600?
I do, yes.
Okay.
I do. I tell them it has to be $600. Another thing I got from Laura Durso is she says that and she says it really fast and very confident, when you place your order, I'll be sending you your prize. So I love that she says that because so you can kind of incorporate that in. And another thing I just wanted to say is, if you totally mess up all the verbiage, but you do it with confidence, it doesn't matter. They're going to play. So if I come out and if you want to play this box game and it's new and you could get book a party and you might be able to get a prize, does anyone want to play? They're not going to play. But if I come out and I mess it up royally, but I say, oh my gosh, I have a really fun game and I'm new at it and you should try it. And if you open it, you might get book a party. You could get a grand prize. It doesn't matter. You just have to say it with confidence and fun. And it works. But so just do it and have fun with it.
Terri, can you open up one of the boxes so we can see what's on the inside?
They look much better. Thank you, Maggie. I had it all handwritten. She told me to go get a label maker. So here is Sparkle Party.
Okay.
And now I have a label. You guys, I'm very type A. I like everything organized anyway. So my basement is going to look even better. So it just looks like that.
Okay. That's
And
great.
I have them on a
Yeah.
tray, and I have ring boxes, and I have earring boxes.
Okay.
Can I make a quick suggestion? Because if you didn't miss it, just as an aside, if you don't have all the boxes, just as an aside, the other option to do it is, and Laura Durso does show this on that call, but you can take like a board or almost like a hard calendar and actually put 12 boxes on there and have numbers on Post-it notes, and then do it as a lift up and have something under each one if you don't have boxes.
Good point. That works great. Up on the, yeah. Wendy Moker uses pretty little coasters. Amelia says envelopes. Yep. That's great. All of those things are terrific. Well, thank you, ladies. I really appreciate that. There are a million things. So a couple of options. You can replay this video after we're done uploading it to YouTube. You can actually watch it again and watch the way Terri did it. And you can also access the video that Laura Durso did on the TC family call on Glam Central. All these things are actually embedded there, so we can always go back and look at all of that. By the way, I think it's on Tuesday. The company is rearranging where everything resides on Glam Central. It's going to be a much more user-friendly system and very organized way of finding files, documents, training videos, family calls, all of the Spark articles, all the different things that they've created for us, especially over the last 5 months, in a much more organized way. So I think you're really going to enjoy that. We saw a little bit of that, and it was great. It may take a couple of days for them to get everything in place because they're moving a lot around. But by the end of this coming week, I believe is when they're going to have everything else set.
Yeah,
Okay.
just be patient with the site because it might be wonky for a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, and Terri, Danielle wants Terri, I think there are some numbers that are more popular than others when picked, that kind of thing, which one you have your grand prize in. If you have that written down, would you mind sharing that in the chat? Because there is a kind of a methodology to what which headings or which prizes you put into which numbered box.
I can put that in there. I will say that somebody else Googled it, and she came up with something totally different than what I have.
Okay.
So I think it kind of depends on
Well, do what you put in. Put in what you've got,
Okay,
because that's
okay.
you know.
Yeah, I did Google. I actually did. I actually did a Google search on top pick numbers from 1 to 12.
Good idea. That's a great idea.
And
Okay.
it gave you like statistics as to top
Statistics.
picks.
Okay.
And that's actually how I came out, where I put the girl times versus the other ones.
And then Terri, how many of them do you have that for the girl time out of 12?
I think I have 8 that say Sparkle Party. I have 3 prizes, and I have
1 grand prize.
1 grand prize.
And is that a stretch bracelet?
Whatever I have. Stretch
Something
bracelet,
on
bar,
it, whatever you have on here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll
right.
post it. I gotta open them.
Thanks. Okay. Well, let's move on. We have one last thing that we want to talk about in general, and then we want to tell you what else is exciting. Okay. I want you to think for a minute. Let's take it down 3 levels for just a moment. I want to talk about what is it that makes Touchstone Crystal special. You know, we've had a weird several months, but we've learned what we're capable of at Touchstone Crystal. We've learned that we can do virtual. We've learned what this business can mean to people. I want you to spend just 30 seconds thinking, what is it that makes Touchstone Crystal so unique? What makes it so unique? Unique for you, unique for others. And just post in the chat some of the words that come to mind, some of the thoughts, the emotions that well up. What does Touchstone mean to you? Why is it special? Why is it something that other people could want? What's important about Touchstone Crystal today? So as you're doing that, I'm going to read some of these things, and we're just going to take 30 seconds. Confidence and empowerment. Leslie, I love that you said that. Community, sisterhood, free jewelry, more friends, part of something special, consultant family. Yeah, and if everybody could mute, that would be wonderful. Thank you. Support, friendship, excellent product, support, opportunity support, high quality, beauty, empowerment. support, quality, my outlet for sanity. Yeah, man. We know it. Like-mindedness, yes. Sisterhood. Time with family. It's true. Yep. Confidence, meeting new people, friendships. Support and jewelry makes me feel beautiful. Quality, compassion, flexibility. Yes, Fariba. Fariba's a trip achiever. She knows about flexibility. Being able to earn a trip in a flexible way. Adventure, sparkle makes me happy. Personal development, fun, women who care about each other. I love it. So I want you to post next in the chat, the names of 1 or 2 people who you believe need all of these things, or some of these things, or one of these things. I want you to start thinking, who is it that needs this? And as you do that, I'm going to share my screen and show you something. And keep in mind that we're going to do drawings from all the postings. So thank you all for taking part in that. We're going to do drawings for 2 ice bracelets before we're done today. And there'll be random drawings based on who's posting in the chat. So thank you for all your participation. But who are those people? Who are those women? In the meantime, I want to show you what a new consultant in the month of August can get. Remember, her first full month ends at the end of September. And so she has lots of time to earn all kinds of things. But in the meantime, she can earn that Swarovski swan necklace by booking her launch and 4 more parties and putting them in Glam Central during the first 10 days of joining. That's a $99 value. That's not even an item that we carry. She will be able to get over $600 in the starter kit. If she does a $1,000 launch party, she'll get $600 in host rewards. When she hits the sparkler status, which is just $300 in jewelry in her first full month, she'll get another $1,000 in jewelry. If she sponsors her first team member, she gets $500 more in jewelry. And on top of that, this month we have all these sales incentives: the high-class necklace for $600, the high-class earrings when she hits $1,000, the tiny V necklace when she hits $2,000, the vintage rose ice bracelet when she hits $3,000, out and about bracelet if she hits $4,000. We actually did have a new consultant hit over $4,000 this month, who just started in the month of July. And for $5,000 in sales, the swirl. And she, of course, on top of all of that is her income. There is so much that she can do right here in the month of August. So how amazing is that? I want you to be thinking about offering this to them right away, because they can not only be doing a launch party for themselves with double host dollars and getting all that free jewelry for herself. Think how easy it'll be for her to offer those the double host dollars to all of her friends and get all those parties lined up for the month of August. What we have discovered is that new consultants are coming in more easily and faster than ever before, with far greater success than ever before, because so much of it is done online and in such a shorter time frame. So I just want to say congratulations to you who are already listing names of people that you can think of. And oh, look at this. Today is my first day as a Touchstone Crystal Consultant. Raina Michelle, congratulations to you. That's great. Welcome.
And she's up early because she's in California.
Early, girl. Keep posting the names of who you really believe. And Dawn McBride, yes, you started this week with your lunch party. But keep posting who you think you want to be offering this to. Now, while we're doing that, I want to share a couple of really fun things that are ahead of us. And Terri and Jaclyn, you're watching because you're each going to draw a name for an ice bracelet, correct? For me within the next couple of minutes, because we're almost done. Now, today is August 1st. However, September 1st is right around the corner. Shocker. So September 1st is our virtual Glam Jam. Normally, for those of you who are new, we normally meet in Rhode Island for the most amazing girls weekend ever, every single year. And unfortunately, this year we were not able to pull it off, but we're going to do the next best thing, and we're going to do the next best bling, and we're going to hold it on team-wide, the company-wide, Tuesday, September 1st, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It'll run 2 to 2.5 hours. It'll include learning more about the jewelry itself. We will have seen the line before then. I think we're going to see it by around the 3rd to 4th week of August. So yay, something to look forward to for all of us. We'll be able to order new catalogs. We'll be able to do all those things toward the end of August. But September 1, when we'll hear about it, we're going to hear from people from Swarovski. We're going to hear about the big plans. They're going to be kicking off some special incentives. And so there's an awful lot that you're going to want to be paying attention to for that. We are creating sparkle hotspots all around the country for those who want to be together with other Sparkle sisters. If you would like to host your own Sparkle hotspot at your house with other Sparkle sisters, there will be a special SurveyMonkey link for you to fill out. And within the next 10 days, we will have created a list of everybody in the country who's going to host a Sparkle hotspot. If you're hosting a Sparkle hotspot, we'll get a registration list from you of how many are coming, and we're going to send you a special box of some fun things to help you celebrate. If you can't get to a Sparkle hotspot, that's okay. We're going to create watch parties on each of our team pages so that we can be posting and sharing ideas. And oh my gosh, I just see what she just said. Oh goodness, did you just see that special thing that they just announced? And sharing all of your ideas together. So we're going to be able to have the sense of community that we are used to when we go to Glam Jam. We're going to do everything we can to make sure that you feel tied in. Now, there will be opportunities to earn prizes the night of Glam Jam. We'll be telling you more about that just from our own team. And so lots of extra new jewelry being drawn, prizes being drawn. Now, the last thing that I want to share with you is that we are creating a special incentive that's going to run all the way up through August 30th. And it doesn't have anything to do with this month, but it has everything to do with September. Terri just showed us how to do the box game. And the goal is, of course, to be booking parties from parties. Here in the virtual world, you can book a party for 3 days from now. So you could be doing the box game and be booking up your entire next week. But we're going to create a special incentive for everyone who books a launch and 4 more parties, a launch of the new catalog and 4 more parties for the month of September. I know we're leaping ahead, but I'm just giving you advance notice. We have a special incentive that we as a team are creating. This is not the company, but it's us, called Drive to Success. We're giving away sparkle accessories for your car for everyone who creates launch and 4 more parties in September. You don't have to deal with it now. It's not to work on right now. But I want you to know that as the month wears on, we're going to be talking about this, showing you the prizes. Because when you can show us your launch and 4 more parties for September, by the end of August, you're going to be eligible to have your name drawn the night of Glam Jam when we do our team toast at 6:30 p.m. Eastern that night. So, lots more detail to come, but I wanted to give you a fair warning that there are a lot of prizes coming. So that's the really good news.
Okay, can I jump in for a second?
Please.
I am so excited because I just wanted to share with you guys that one of our leaders on our team now who really ran with this virtual world and really, she started a while ago, so she actually started before Glam Jam last year as a consultant. And I'm not going to share the whole story because I'm going to ask her to share the whole story. She was super successful coming in and then was really worried when we went virtual and ran with this launch +4 and booking her calendar and really thinking outside of the box about how she could book her calendar. So I'd love to interview Leslie Kendall, if that's all right with you guys, and have her share just how she's had such huge success with booking her parties and doing her own launch party and booking the parties from her launch party. So Leslie, if I could ask you to hop on for a second, I'm sharing right here, and just ask you a couple questions. And if you could just share with everyone, what changed for you and how you changed things. She's promoted to leader during this virtual world, which is huge. She took her business from kind of not knowing where she was going to go with things to not only is she a leader, but her team is super engaged and they are excited. And she's really doing really exciting things. And as a brand new consultant a year ago, she hit every single level on the Glam plan because she was party count focused. So Leslie, if you could just share with us what brought you into Touchstone to begin with. Can you kind of tell us?
Yeah, definitely. Initially I would definitely say it was the jewelry. That's why I started for sure. I had been to 2 parties over kind of an extended time. And after the second one, I started to really realize the versatility of the jewelry, the value of the jewelry. And, even though it's super affordable, my wish list was still way too long for everything I wanted. So I decided to host. And at that point, I was given the opportunity brochure to look over, as we do with all our hostesses. And my future sponsor, Nora, and my future upline, Terri, kind of walked me through everything, gave me some information. And I figured, what did I have to lose? Basically, I wanted more jewelry with the starter kit. I was definitely getting more jewelry. And I really, felt, even before I decided to start, I felt supported by both Nora and yourself.
Well, thank you, Leslie. And I'm excited too, because you started simply because you had a huge wish list, right?
Yep.
That was the original goal. And so I'm thinking to myself, as you're saying that, everybody that we put in that chat who we think could benefit from the business, who are the women that we know that just love the jewelry, that are just starting for jewelry, right? Because you never know where they're going to run with it, like how far you've come with this. What were you expecting when you started a year ago?
Not much, to tell you the truth.
Uh-huh.
When my sponsor went over the glam plan, the whole flyer with me, and told me what I could get at each of the levels, and I looked at those numbers and I was like, maybe Glambassador, maybe. But there was basically no way I thought I could hit the others. I kind of was just thinking I would do my launch party, I would get those incentives from the first month, maybe 2 months, those incentives and those discounts. But I didn't think I was going to really be able to sell, long term. I didn't think I was going to stay with this long term. I had done another direct sales before, wasn't really successful. So I was just hoping to get, a bunch of jewelry at the beginning, and that was kind of all I had hoped for.
Okay, and then so what shifted in your mindset? So when we kind of in March, you were doing live parties. Can you tell us kind of where you were at and what shifted?
Yeah. After I kept, going with Touchstone for a while, I grew to love the company and the business opportunity for so many other reasons besides, the jewelry, and the why I've stayed is very different at this point. But basically, when we switched from live to virtual, I did basically think I was kind of done. I had literally tapped out all of my friends. My closest friends were literally flat out saying, Leslie, do not ask us to host, do not ask us to buy. We're done for now. And so I had tapped out all of my people basically as of the end of February. So I lined up a bunch of in-person vendor events in March and April, because I knew I needed to branch out. I knew that I had, dried up all of my current contacts. So I scheduled 1 or 2 at the end of March, and then I had 2 good ones in April. But then everything switched to virtual and they were all canceled. And so I was like, I'm done. March was undoubtedly my worst month since I started, basically, after February having been literally my best month. So I was really quite, discouraged. But I kind of just kept reaching out to those people who hadn't told me, leave me alone or no. I just kept kind of following up. And I did a party with another consultant in a different company in April, which got me another booking in April. So 2 in April. And from there, I kind of just flew. It opened a ton of doors for new hosts, new customers, new sponsor leads in different, parts of the country and whatnot. So I think that's what made a big difference for me.
Okay, and then can you talk about your shift in sponsoring? And can I just point out too, Leslie, you're doing all Facebook parties. You're going live in your Facebook parties, and your team, some of them are doing Facebook and some are doing Zoom. So can you share your shift in sponsoring as you went into virtual?
Sure. Yeah, and that's correct. I've done everything on Facebook Live. I've not done any Zoom parties, and there's a good split, I would say, on my team between people that are doing the Zoom parties and people that are doing more Facebook Live, for sure. So when everything switched to virtual, I did have one person under me. And there had been people I was talking to about the business opportunity, about sponsoring, those people that keep buying and those people that keep hosting. But they just kept turning me down. They were all either my friends or friends of a friend. And they just kept telling me no, basically. And I think that the virtual platform made a big difference for me because, like I said, I was meeting people in different cities, meeting people in different states. And also these were people that weren't my friends at all. And a lot of them weren't even friends of a friend. So I felt a lot more comfortable talking to them about the business opportunity. I think that fear of no, that fear of rejection kind of goes away when you don't have that such a close personal connection. And I think by having, customers that I didn't have, that the sponsoring conversations became easier for me. And, I've been watching the trainings. I know Lynn Conway, she has this little acronym she uses, the FAYC, Forget Yourself Completely. And I think that the virtual platform really allowed me to shift my mindset to really do that, to not think about how I would be impacted by a no and just to ask.
Can you share that acronym again one more time, Leslie?
FAYC, forget about yourself completely.
FAYC, I love that. And I do agree, it opens up a whole network of people for you. So when did you know you wanted leadership and why?
I think leadership has always been at the back of my mind. I think you've always talked about it. Nora's always talked about it. We do have leaders on our team. I just didn't really feel like it was very attainable, but it didn't mean I wasn't going to try and kind of strive for it, even though I wasn't reaching it. I would say that when I realized that by being a leader, when I really realized that by being a leader that I could help other women, I think that's when I knew I wanted it. I'm a preschool special education teacher. With distance learning was not easy. I really didn't feel like I was reaching my students, my families, and helping them the way I normally do. It's interesting because there was this post on some group, like big women's group, and it was asking one word to describe yourself. And the first word that came to mind for me was helpful. I really do like to be helpful. And I felt like I wasn't able to help my families and students as much as I used to. And I could see that through leadership, I was really going to be like directly helping and supporting women, which was like a game changer for me.
I love that. So Leslie, I'm taking my notes. Could you, if there's someone on here that's thinking, gosh, I might want leadership, I'm not sure if I do, or someone who's like, I definitely want leadership and I haven't been able to hit it and I wish that I was there, or someone that's like, I'm close to it, but I need that last step. What are the 3 tips that you would give?
So I feel like we hear this all the time on different trainings, whether it's family calls or it's our more group trainings or whatnot. But it really is true. The fortune is in the follow-up. I mean, that is just so huge. It's true for getting orders. It's true for, working with your hosts. It's true for sponsor leads. I mean, follow up. I do everything on Facebook Live. So I don't have a great, booking game, but I get my bookings in the follow-up. And you can get your sponsor leads. You can get those sponsoring conversations in the follow-up. And, if they ask, it's always a good idea to ask when should I follow up with you, or when's a good time to check back with you, or can I check back with you when we get our new line? Ask those questions so you know when to follow up with them, and then write it down and don't forget to do it. So the first one would be fortune is in the follow-up for sure. That would be my first tip. The second tip would be, forget about yourself and ask everyone. It's harder when they're personal hosts, personal customers and whatnot. But once you let go of that personal piece, and you can kind of let go of your fear of rejection, it gets so much easier. So ask the host, ask customers, especially the customers that have those huge wish lists or huge orders or order from you every single month. Just ask them. Just ask. And if they say no, another thing we hear over and over again, that's okay. So just ask them, no, not now, or no, not ever. And if they say never, then you can, move on. They can still be your customers and they can still be your hosts. But if they say no, not now, back to tip number 1, back to that follow-up. When can I follow up with you? So the second one would be forget about yourself and ask everyone, for sure. And then the third one would be probably think of ways to branch out. Like I told you guys, I literally tapped out. Like my closest friends literally came out and flat out said, Leslie, we cannot get any more jewelry right now. And they were some of my biggest supporters. So how can you branch out to new customers, to new hosts, to new sponsor leads? If you're staying virtual, I know I am. Online vendor events. There's so many online vendor events. I had a party just to close that one yesterday from someone I met on an online vendor event. Can you team up with a consultant in a different company? Either do the party together or do like a swap or whatnot. And who can you reach out to people that live in a different state, in a different city, in a different time zone? The more people you can meet, the more ways you can branch out, the more opportunities you're going to have for customers, for hosts, and then those sponsor leads. So number 3 would be branch out.
That's awesome. Leslie, thank you so much. It's been exciting for us all to watch you go from, gosh, I don't know if this is working, to a flourishing leader with a strong team and a strong personal business. And thank you for sharing so much of what you've learned and you're putting into practice. We really appreciate it.
Sure.
That was great. Thanks, Leslie, so much. Real quickly, I know we're over time, and that was the best part right there of the whole meeting was Leslie. So thank you so much. And Terri, great questions for her. I want to share with you what I tried to share with you in the very beginning, some quick recognition, and then we're going to close out with winners. Top in sales for consultants as opposed to leaders. Can y'all hear me okay? Is Rebecca Grebe, who is a new consultant as of July 9th. She sold over $4,200. Second in line is Kelly Skipper, who was new in June, sold over $4,000. Amy Starr started in June, sold $3,400. Congratulations. Moving on down. Let's see. I have to go to the next page. This is so wonderful. I'm so impressed with these numbers from brand new consultants. This is what's possible, ladies. I'm just so amazed. Dawn Clark joined in May. She sold $2,600. And then Melody Coleman, who has been with us for a little while, sold $2,200. And Jennifer Brown sold $2,200 as well. Leaders, let me flip back up. Carrie Hertland, Queen of Sales for the organization, sold, hold on a second, almost $12,000 with 18 closed parties, $12,000. Mihan, amazing as always, 7 closed parties with almost $7,000. Terri O'Neill, $6,300. Jaclyn Strominger, $6,200. Jody Terri, $5,200. LaShundra Lindsay, $4,100. And so on. So fabulous, amazing numbers. And I'm just so excited and impressed. So we're going to do, it is time to do a quick drawing for all of your participation today. We are so blessed that you joined us. We just love hearing your ideas. We love sharing all of this with you. We really believe that you can do whatever you want to do in your businesses, and we're here to give you the tools. So, and I'm going to stay on for the next 5 minutes after we're done. And so to answer any questions, but the rest of you can hop off after we do all of our drawings, our 2 drawings. Okay, Jaclyn.
I picked 2 names.
Okay, ice bracelets.
Ice bracelets. These, you're going to have to let Betsey know what you're going to get. I got Angie and Lourdes.
Lourdes Caceres and Angie.
Well, let's see. If you didn't put your last name on here, I don't know.
We have a couple of Angies.
Well, let's see.
Good question.
I don't know if there was a last name associated with it.
Okay.
I only have one Angie Colby.
Yeah, I think that was, Angie Colby.
Oh, Angie Colby.
Angie Colby.
Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. Congratulations, ladies. Terri and Jaclyn, did we forget anything?
Nope, I think that was it, right, Jaclyn?
What I actually, sorry to interrupt you.
No, I just want to go ahead.
I put verbiage in the
Chat. Okay.
So there are
you.
three different things that you guys can copy down, and I will also share them, so I'll put them on our the team pages too, so you can look at them for reaching out if you're stuck and need something for parties. One thing that you'll see with probably what I really like to do is I like to make a volley, so it's not just, hey, book a party, like get back to me. I want to create a conversation. So.
And I'm posting the Booking Blitz link again because it got lost. There we go. So there's that. All right, ladies, thank you so much. Congratulations to our 2 winners. Let's have a great month. We're here to help you. We love you. Take care. Thanks again.
Thank you.
I'll stay on to answer any questions in the meantime.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Beth.
Love seeing you all.
Thank you, Betsy.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
You.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Have a great day.
Thank everybody for getting on. It's awesome.
Love seeing you.
I see Elizabeth.
Congratulations to
Girls, be
Julie
safe.
Glanton just started 2 days ago. She's on here too. Congratulations, Julie. Yay, girl.
Betsy,
Yes, ma'am.
can you explain the Glam Jam hotspot thing again?
Yep. If you want to have friends over
Mm-hmm.
to watch Glam Jam on your computer
Okay.
or your television, if you can cast it from your computer to your television,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to be posting a form that you can fill out. It's a Survey Monkey that says, here's, I want to do this. Here's how many people I can have at my house safely. Here's where I live, like my town.
Okay.
And anything else you want us to know. And then we'll post that to the team. So
Is that
that
going to be in the evening or is it the daytime?
in the evening, starts
In
at
the evening.
7. But
Okay.
yep, but we're doing a team toast and all of our drawings at 6:30. So you'll want to be ready by 6:15.
Okay.
That
Right.
September 1st, it's a Tuesday.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So I've heard and seen, people do watch parties, but I have never participated. I have no idea. Is there something special about that? No. Okay.
Nothing that you'll have to do. It'll all be on
Okay.
Facebook. Yeah, it'll all be live on Facebook.
Okay.
We're going to figure out a way to cast it so that we can
Okay.
all watch it together. One way or another, we're going to find a way so that people can connect at the same time while we're watching the event.
So are we watching the conference through the watch party or in it? Okay.
That's technologically, that's what we're trying to accomplish.
Okay.
And if we can't all watch it physically on the watch party, then what we'll do is we will have an event page that everybody will be on while we're watching it at the same time. So we
just
can
do 2 windows open.
Yep, 2 windows
Yep.
open,
Okay.
and then communicate, your laptop and then your phone for the event page to make comments and stuff. So yeah, we're working on that. It just depends on what the company tells us that they're using. Once we know their technology platform, then we'll be able to figure it out a little better. But the goal is to make sure everybody's connected.
I am so glad you talked about the reaching out to people that kind of know what they're doing technologically. Everything that fell apart for me this month was because of that reason. I spent so much time trying to educate and it didn't work out anyways.
No,
and so
it
was so discouraging.
I know.
Because I'm like, okay, I feel like a Zoom teacher.
Yeah.
And then it just didn't pull your hair out. Yeah.
Because think about it, what we want them to focus on is people and their wish list. But if they're focused on how do I do this and their brain is scared.
Oh yeah.
And they can't think about what's fun and what's possible when their brain is scared. So
right.
We can be strategic who we offer to. Yeah. I'm so sorry that happened. But you highlight exactly what we've all experienced. Yeah. Onward and upward. We're all learning. Every week we're learning new things about how to make this work. But I got to tell you, the overall organization was up 31% over last July.
That's crazy.
Crazy. Amazing. It's July. Like, woo.
Betsy, I have a quick question.
Hey, Sarah.
Hi. The $60 ice bracelets, is that for all the finishes? The gold, the oxidized, the gunmetal, they're all $60?
Yes. Okay. Great question.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
There's a really great picture that they just posted with all of the ice bracelets as well. So you can actually easily.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a really great picture with like the heading on top, buy 3 or buy 2. Sorry, I'm stuck on buy 3.
Well, right.
Buy 2 get 1 free.
Get one free.
Yeah.
Well, this is
Go,
the fun. Well, this is the fun thing about it is that they can get 4. They can buy 4 or less than that and get 6. And the funny thing is that then it could become a party. You know, they could almost create their own $600 party. I don't know. Anyway.
So actually, one thing that we didn't necessarily talk about, but this actually came up in conversation. I can't remember who I was talking to about this.